All of this is actually becoming very important, Justice Lalit, because as you know, that this is coming at a time when this entire question of judicial appointments is once again being opened up for debate. At the moment, we have what is known as the Collegium system, which, as you know, is a group of senior judges who basically appoint other judges to the Supreme Court and the High Courts. Do you believe that this system it may have its weaknesses or frailties, but by and large, do you believe this is a this is a good system, that
there are two facets. Number one, the legality or validity of that system has been pronounced upon by a bench of 5 judges. So
yes.
Therefore, one has to accept it that this is the norm, which is a well accepted norm.
Yes.
And that's an established norm with which we must go about. Correct. Number two, actual working of the Collegium. There are certain issues in MOP that at what juncture the recommendation made by the Collegium, within how much time should it be looked into by the government, within how much time the dialogue must get initiated. There are certain areas which are still in grey shade. Correct. There is nothing like black and white on that issue. But these are matters of convention. These are matters of convention which will get sorted out.
But you believe that the system where essentially judges are appointing other judges should remain as it is?
See, that is something which is the law of the land. So therefore, I don't have any choice in the matter. Whatever is the law of the land, we must actually obey that and follow that and implement it.
Okay, because you've heard what the law minister has been saying. He's been saying a lot of things. He says that this entire system is opaque and not accountable.
That may be his personal view.
And that across the world, judges don't appoint judges. In India, they do.
He is right to a certain extent that ours is a very unique idea where the judges appoint their successors. Perhaps if you see the models of UK, US, Canada, perhaps I think that may not be the situation. But that's exactly the matter where the constitutional amendment came up for consideration before the court.
Right.
And a bench of 5 judges has ruled in that favor.
Right. This is what is called the NJSC or the National Judicial Appointments Commission, where the idea was to set up a panel which will have judges, government, independence, and that was struck down.
Once that is the established law, we have to go by that.
But what do you make of, I know you said that it's the individual view of the minister when he said the system is opaque and accountable. But do you think that's fair to call it opaque and, not accountable?
That's for him to decide. So therefore, it is his view. There are certain counter views also coming from various corners.
I'm asking what's your view. Do you think it's an opaque and unaccountable system?
Not at all.
You don't think
so? It's a perfectly valid, correct and balanced way of doing things. Say for instance, the judges from the High Court. They are recommended by a collegium of 1+2 in High Court.
Right.
So those judges are well aware as to who are the advocates who are practicing before them. They are aware on the administrative side as to what is the performance, what kind of profile the lower judiciary personnel have. So therefore, they select from these two sources, the advocates as well as the lower judiciary judges. They make the recommendation. The recommendation comes here after screening at various levels. Number one, the state government. In case there are any inputs, so far as the profile of that gentleman or the lady is concerned, that input is something which is part of the dossier or the record before us.
Right.
The matter goes before the consultee judges. Whoever is a judge coming from that High Court, his views are also solicited. His views are there. Then the views of IB and everything is there. So therefore, you have inputs coming from various quarters. It is after that that the Collegium at the Supreme Court level looks into the matter.